Hello, everyone, and welcome to Maize. I'm your host, the Social Solipsist, and this requires a whole lot of discussion for reasons I didn't expect to have to discuss. Um, where do I even start? You know what? Let me just start with I'm drinking bourbon tonight because part of this game is about corn, and bourbon being 51% or more corn liquor by volume seemed like a good choice. So let me have a little bit. I'm going to try and do this all in one sitting, but I don't think I can drink straight bourbon all night in one sitting because I think this game is about estimated to be about 3 or 4 hours long. I can't. I like my liquor straight most of the time, but I can't drink it for 3 to 4 hours like that. I'm also joined by an upgraded Earl Grey. I ran out of tea bags, and I had some loose leaf waiting in the wings, and it is a bit different and stronger. And yeah, so that's new and revamped Earl Grey. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should talk about this game. As the diehards of the channel know, my graphics card blew up. My GTX 670 failed semi-catastrophically about a week ago. So unfortunately, I'm playing this on my backup card, which is a 750 GTX 750, which only has 1 gig of graphics RAM instead of 2. Yeah, so it more than surpasses the minimum requirements for this game, but it had me concerned. However, as you can see, this currently says resume game. I only loaded the game just so I could have, there's no benchmarking tool and I don't really know what this runs on. So I needed to figure out what my settings were prior to getting into the game. So I just started it up for half a second to see if, what frame rate it was rendering at. I'm going to click on the options menu and you all are going to be sick. Okay. I should say that one, to start, it actually starts at 720p windowed, which I sort of appreciate. Weirdly, in windowed mode, it starts with VSync on, which is not typically a good idea, but we'll get there in a minute. Then there's the visuals tab. Now, these arrows look like, because there's only one set, they should slide up and down, right? Well, it wasn't until basically what I figured out when I first did this was, oh, well, it's only letting me switch them one at a time. What the heck is up with that? I can't adjust these? Technically, you can. Technically. I'm going to hit the tab button a couple of times, and you're going to see what happens. So, if it wasn't entirely obvious, I'm highlighting the various buttons. Guess what? The buttons are there. But it gets weirder. They're only on one side. Huh, that's pretty weird, huh? Well, it gets weirder because they are actually there. It's not just the highlight of a button that doesn't exist. If I hit space right now, it'll switch. However, there is no way to switch it back. So, I can turn them down, but not up. They don't turn around. There is a workaround for this that I discovered by accident when I just started the game now, which is, and the game doesn't tell you this, unless you flip through all of these, which frankly I probably should have, but still, this is unacceptably terrible UI. There's a custom setting that restores all the buttons. Why it doesn't default to this, I don't know. Why they're all flip buttons instead of the top one being a drop down or something like that, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's terrible. This is not to mention all the design issues with the, well, one, the text and the color and this gradient thing and no outlines and these overlay items that are just like truly like it's not as obvious. If I go back to the like this menu looks okay, right? That's perfectly normal. The text, you know, you wish the text was stylized a little more, but beyond that, it's not so bad. But this is just, it's atrocious. And when I first saw this, I thought, oh, is this the case of broken UI because it's expecting the game to be played on a console? This is a pretty small game. As far as I'm aware, it's only on PC. But I tried it anyway. It doesn't help. So let me actually set this how I think I want it. And then we will play this by ear. Thankfully, the game actually does this all the adjustments on the fly. You don't have to restart the game to edit it. However, I should also say, I forgot to mention, it loads by default into like Epic settings across the board. Now, I don't know if this is because of the graphics card I have or if it's just the way it is. Either way, it's unacceptable. The game doesn't look that great, even at Epic quality. I should just load it in so you can see, but we'll get there in a minute. So, yeah. The differences are not that substantial. At least, not that I saw in the brief amount of time I was in the game. Here's another weird thing. This is here's all the problems with the UI yet again, with these gradient buttons and all this and trying to figure out what's filled out and not. For some reason, the ambient sound is turned down to, 40%? No, wait a minute. 4, 8. There's 11. There's 11 buttons. And it goes to 0. So it doesn't even... So you have 12 Why is it 12? Why is it 11 buttons and 12 is 0? And why is it set to these settings? It's very strange. I don't understand why this is the default. I promise you. I'm hitting the reset defaults here so you know I'm not. There's no music at the menu and the ambient noise is very low, and so like doing my test recording, I don't think it's not even showing the audio is not showing up on the meter right now. Like there's a little pip on my meter to show that there is actually audio, but it is so low that the track is effectively not there in the mix. I got nothing. Anyway, let's talk about this game for a second. This is Maize. I basically don't know anything about it other than when it first got announced some years ago. I looked at it and I saw, oh, those are some spooky ass corns and a stuffed teddy bear. And this looks weird as fuck, so I should play it at some point. And that's, to this day, basically all I know. I believe this is effectively a walking simulator. I'd be shocked if it were any more than that. But I guess we're going to see. One more warning. This may or may not come up. I'll just... Yeah. This loading screen took 4 minutes when I started it the first time. So we might be sitting here a while. I probably should have stopped talking and let it load before. Oh, no. Okay. It filled in this time. And that's how the game starts. Oh dear. Okay, it's choppier than it was before. So let me turn some things down. Turn down the shadows. It's interesting that you can see them in real time. A lot of these settings in a lot of other engines. I should figure out what engine this is in. In a lot of engines, this would not be fixable until a reboot. So I have to appreciate that a little bit. There is very much no mouse smoothing on this. I can't actually tell what the frame rate, like whether it's the engine or whether it's a frame rate issue. OBS tells me this is running at like 45 frames a second, which might be true, but doesn't. I mean, I know what 45 frames a second looks like, and this looks worse than that. I mean, it doesn't look like a lower frame rate, it looks like other problems. What happens if I turn everything down all the way? Does it smooth out? A little bit. Not really, though. I mean, part of it is just the sheer number of, like, polygons going on. Because these are... I mean, yeah, it's not great. And even with everything turned down, GPU's maxed out. Theoretically, I have another GPU I could swap in at some point if this gets, like, unbearably awful, but frankly, just to show you what I was talking about, if I turn this up to Epic, I mean, it doesn't look that much better. Like, maybe a little more stylized, and maybe the effects are a little nicer, although I fucking hate Bloom. I hate Bloom so much. Get it the fuck out of my games. Yeah, it's just... like... there are some things, like... if I turn the anti-aliasing down, you can tell that a bit, but, like... it changes the fidelity a little bit. Honestly, the texture, turning the textures down almost improves it in some aspects. Anyway, we're 12 minutes into this game and I haven't gone anywhere, so I figure we should start at some point. Oh, also there's a head bob you can't turn off. At least I don't think you can. Look at this shit. Yeah, let's turn on mouse smoothing just out of curiosity. Normally I hate that, but this isn't a shooter, so... that makes it... it's not terrible. And actually, why is that shadow pop-in happening like that? I don't think it's the setting. No, it's like, the shadows are clearly better, but it's the same, you can still see them rendering, like, 20 feet in front of me. You guys can see that, right? Weirdly, normally shadows are take a huge toll on graphics cards, but oddly enough, it's not causing that much of an issue here. So, right at the beginning of the game, we see some corn running away, and that's about it. What are we getting ourselves into? Oh no, this mouse smoothing is bad. It hurts to use. Never mind. I don't really know what we're doing, but this is at least a little interesting. Oh, that texture pop-in is rough. Yikes. It wasn't even that low a texture that... What? I mean, I turned down the textures because I was trying to reduce the texture loading, but maybe it doesn't matter. I think it's all in RAM disk anyway, so... When the pointing hand icon appears, click the left mouse button to interact. Okay. You need a hand and a penis and a nipple. Got it. What a weird... I mean, that's... The game doesn't stop when you pause, so why is it telling me there's a pause? Is there combat? Wait a minute. No, there was a path there. I'm not insane, right? Oh, fuck me. Hold on. There was definitely a path there and I just didn't go down it. Okay. Huh. Pressing Q does absolutely nothing. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. Boy, walking through all this corn is getting a little tedious. I really don't like the head bob. Head bob should never exist. I've had this gone on this tirade before. Item used will be added to your inventory. Story items will be added to your folio. How do I... What was the... Wait. I thought I knew what it was, but clearly not. Well, apparently I have a crouch. Crouch without an animation, evidently. What? Okay. Help me out, game. Spacebar. A note lazily scribbled. Oh god, 1 out of 75. Includes a stock greeting and encourages the reader to enjoy the complimentary snack on the desk. Notes to the reader, mind the boxes, and also says open the big door and will probably say hello. I don't trust that muffin. Mind the boxes makes me think I shouldn't knock them down, but I'm not sure there's another way to go. Guess we'll find out. I think this is all just straight backtracking. Yep. Okay, so I just missed that clearing entirely for some reason. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. I imagine they don't want you going back there for a reason, but also There's an entrance and an exit to it, so I think they may have programmed that to be missable, or programmed it badly. Boy, that head bobbing is gonna get on my nerves. Alright, well, I'm not sure what my options are. Do I have to eat this muffin? What? Fuck me. Okay. Hard as granite, this muffin is most definitely nowhere near fit for consumption despite how much you try, and all you've done is given yourself a headache. I mean, that seems fair. Is this just going to be a running gag that the Mega Oranges boxes get up and walk away when I am allowed to pass to the next area? I'm not sure why that's the place that decided to tell me that, but okay. Well, that looks fucking weird. Let's see what that is. Why? Okay, weird. Broken shovel handle. Boy. What a masterpiece. That's pretty disturbing. Or magnificent. Possibly both. Who knows? I'm hearing some weird audio hiccuping. I'm not sure why. Boy, this is strange. Hello, boxes. Completely used for shoveling dirt, but helpful if you wanted to tip something over. You immediately think of the wardrobe on the second floor of the farm. What? It's giving me hints to things I haven't even remotely seen yet. Okay. You immediately think of the wardrobe on the second floor of the farmhouse because you didn't particularly like how it looked at you and you would like to ruin its day. Alright. A lot of broken pots there. You know, I just realized I didn't change the bit rate on the video, so I hope this is coming out well. I suspect that no matter what bit rate I set it at, it would not be high enough because all these textures are gonna look bad. I mean, they look bad right now, let alone after being re-rendered by X264 codec. Boy, having those fade out without warning and having no outline on them is really Really helpful. Really appreciated. Well, that one takes too long to fade out. What the fuck, game? You know, maybe I'm overthinking this. Trying to search every nook and cranny. Interesting. Alright, so I couldn't have gotten to the farmhouse. Anyway, why is the fucking key in the chicken coop? I mean, I guess if you have to have a spare key, why does it have reflections? It's... oh, it doesn't have reflections. It's fucking transparent. Is that what passes for reflections in whatever this engine is? It being, like, transparent with a filter? Wow, that is not great. Well. I can clearly see a thing there, but maybe I can't access it from out here. Seems like they ought to have built it such that that door has no knob. Theoretically, I ought to be able to kick it in since hinges are on the inside and it's got no knob. So at best, it's nailed shut. Okay. Thought that was something else. Okay, well... you know, there's something about the field of view that is just way too close. Why am I so close to... like, I'm standing 5 feet from this thing, right? But it's so close. And it's enormous. Why is it so close? Okay. This is a lot less, or well, it's I was gonna say it's a lot less interactive than I expected, but it's not even... is this supposed to be this fucking dark? I can't see a thing. Also, okay, something's going on. Hold on. What is going on with my... my CPU is not maxed out, yet for some reason... OBS... okay, I don't think OBS likes the game. Because it's now telling me that it's rendering at this at 15 frames a second. Which, I mean, this may not be running at 60, but it's not running at 15 either. That much I know for sure. I'm looking at the recording, and it does look like the recording's recording at 15, so I apologize. Reindeer. I don't think it's that bad outside, though. Is it? Oh, it's not great. Why is it recording at such... alright. I don't really want to subject you guys to watching a 15 frame a second video, but I don't know how to fix it. It's not choking on the render, so the game hook must not be working as expected. Okay. Let me pause the video and see if I can fix this. I don't... what am I even gonna do? Okay, let me make an attempt. I'll be right back. Okay, while the recording it was paused, it got better. It's jumping around in frame rate a little bit, but it's back up into the 40s, so hopefully that's better for you guys. I'll try and keep an eye on it. I enabled transparency of all things, which... and I enabled transparency and overlays, but of all things, that doesn't seem like the thing that should change how this works. Boy, I saw that out of the corner of my eye, and it's spookier than I thought it was going to be. Yikes. Is that a... I think that's supposed to be like a burger wrapper. Alright, let's look at this. Oh, cool. This interface, my mouse doesn't work in this interface. How do I... Oh, wow. Oh my god, it scrolls in reverse. I'm pressing W. When I press W, it goes down. When I press S, it goes up. The arrow keys do not work. Christ, was this made for a... Maybe it was made for a console or a controller. I mean, I saw that it has explicit controller compatibility. Hold on, I gotta look up whether this actually got a console release. I'd be kind of shocked. Nope, it got a PS4 release. Well, it got a PS4 release, except the Wikipedia page says it's only on Windows. Wow, this Wikipedia article has nothing in it. Like nothing. Well, okay. Alright, sorry. Back to the folio. Statue chew. An invoice for a commissioned wooden statue costs in the hundreds of thousands. Items on the list include chopping down a large old oak tree, carved statue out of oak tree, and hospital bills for injuries sustained chopping down oak tree. I mean, that's not billable, but sure. Night Danger, a Mick Murphy mystery. Having no talent at the genre, the author mistakenly revealed the murderer's identity on the first page and spent the rest of the novel outlining a story about the detective buying a pair of pants. I would read that book. That sounds fantastic. I don't know about... It might be boring, but it might... I mean... I reserve judgment. You know, I can't tell if this place has been abandoned for decades or, like, days. Like, I've seen people living in some fucked up places. There's a lot of this damage that I could see them just living in. Now I have a fruit crate. Sausage grinder, something is jammed inside. Well, that's not conspicuous at all. Unlocked secret door, making it much less secret. Okay. Well, let's see what's behind this. I keep using the wrong thing. That's actually pretty cleverly done. If you had to build a secret door, that's probably one of the easiest ways to do it. Why would you... I mean, there's not even a sex dungeon. Why are you hiding it? It's just a basement. Everyone knows that you have a basement because it's got an exterior door. And also because based on this being on farmland, it almost assuredly has to have a basement to ensure that the foundation is deep enough and solid enough. Well. Okay. I'm so confused about the graphics. What I need to know. Can I fix this? Wow. Turning the shadows down makes everything look better. Anti-aliasing, thankfully. I was curious whether the anti-aliasing was using a different technique. Textures seem to make almost no difference. And the post-processing makes everything worse too. Well, it adds vignetting and some shadow, but... See, now that's way more visible. Oh, interesting. Where the fuck is that lighting coming from? Is that supposed to be leaking through? Oh man, this is not... I mean, I didn't come into this game just to shit on it. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure this was very indie, but like... I mean, yikes. If you wanted this place to be lit, a leak in the ceiling is not how to do it. What is that? Why is the lighting changing? Is the lighting... Oh my god, the lighting is in a box around me. I am the source of light. Look at the line on the floor. There is a cube of light emanating from my location. That's what's going on. Is that because of I turned the shadows down? Oh, it is. Wow. That's not good. Holy crap. I mean, it doesn't look better. It looks worse this way. It's just... But this is so unbelievably terrible. Like, what a joke. Because without this, I can't see any of this shit. Oh my god. I'm really worried that there's no save system. Or no apparent save system. There's nothing I can do here, right? Can I click on? Yeah, okay. So I've got the meat grinder and the fuses. Weird. And this door... Is that the knob? Is that where the knob is supposed to... Is that, like, bad knob geometry? Heh, knob geometry. It's on this side, too. What the fuck is that? It's the top of the railing! It's sticking through the wall. Oh. I think these are custom... Okay, rancid corn oil. Don't mind if I do. I think most of these are custom assets, so... Did the lighting just change? I swear there wasn't light beams coming through there before. Boy. This game's got some stuff. I can't stand that bloom. Is that all part of... No, it's not. That one's not part of the shadows. I guess it's part of the post-process. Oh my god, look at... Boy, what a nice sight. Listen, I wasn't expecting this to be like to blow me away or anything, but it's got some rough spots. Bathtub plug. You know, I should look at these things. This particular plug fits perfectly into the bathroom sink on the first... Wow, okay, Are you just gonna tell me how to play the game? It is also a talking plug, but due to a bad case of laryngitis, you will never know that. Okay. Rancid corn oil. Though the smell is strong enough to overcome a herd of yaks, you could use it to loosen something you need to remove. For some reason, an image of a gloved hand pops into your head, leading directly to you walking straight into a wall. Okay. Despite what the name would suggest, this crate was specifically used to hold a large number of pine cones in order to start a collection. The collection currently sits at 0. Why is it not... Oh, my hand is empty. Weird that that doesn't... And now I cannot remove it. What did I just get? Nail clippers. Oh, gross. Vigilant as you are when it comes to personal hygiene, the only two things these clippers will do for you are grip something lodged in a wall and give you a 100% tetanus guarantee. That's it. Alright, well, this is starting to feel more like an old school adventure game where you have to find all the interactables. Although, thankfully, it's not doing the Sierra game punishment of, hey, you made a mistake. Time to restart. So, hold on. What is the... So if I turn down the shadows, now I can fucking see. Unbelievable. If I turn it all the way up to epic... Oh, if I turn it up to epic, apparently the video breaks. Oh, no, it's just incredibly dark. And did the transparency edit break it? Hold on. Let me edit the video on the fly. That seems fine. Oh, no, the transparency made it worse. God, I hope you guys haven't been looking at, like, truly awful footage this entire time. I mean, I'm not taking the blame for that or anything, but, like... That's so weird. Why is that? Oh, this game's fucking wild. Okay. Oh, yikes. So that's what happens when you turn it all the way down, which... Pretty rough, although... The frame rate went up dramatically? Why? It's doing more than 60 now. What was the option? Is it just the texture? No, it's got to be the AA. No, it's not the AA. Is it the textures? It's not the textures. Why is it suddenly so much better? It's not the post-processing. What the fuck? Suddenly the game runs at 60. No, something's fucked up here. There's something in these settings that is not included. There's got to be something in the settings that's not included in the settings menu. Because you guys, I mean, you guys heard and saw, I think, that hiccup when I switched it to low. There it is again. So what the hell is the difference between medium and low that doesn't happen? What? Everything's a little bit blurry. As though it was rendering at a lower resolution? But then is the anti-aliasing picking up for it? No, it's not, because look, the AA is like not great over there. Is it? I'm sorry, like if you guys are upset about, well, you should know better by now than to think you were gonna get anything other than this kind of madness from me and this channel, but okay, so these settings seem to just be a lie. I mean, I'm sort of glad I figured that out, because technically the game looks better now, and I can have everything turned up a bit, and have everything render at 60 frames a second, more or less. What a fucking odd game. Okay, well, I need to take a minute for my brain to, like, process what's going on. So, I'm gonna cut the video here. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Fuck.